What's up, everybody? Welcome to Beyond the Buzzer podcast. Behind every great team is a voice you don't always see. The ones breaking down film, developing players, and helping to build the culture. Today, we're sitting down with the GCU basketball graduate assistant, Isaac Deemo, to talk about the game from a different perspective, coaching development, and life beyond playing. This is basketball on Beyond the Buzzer. Welcome to the podcast, Isaac.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Sir. So, for the people that may not know you, can you tell me your name and where you're from?
Yeah, so I'm Isaac Demosthenes. I'm from a small town in Illinois, Bloomington, Illinois. And now I'm out here in Phoenix.
How was it like playing basketball in Illinois? Because I know you play varsity basketball.
Yeah, no, very competitive. State of Illinois has got really good competition. Very aggressive. There's a lot of good players that come out of Illinois, so you either adapt or die.
Yeah, I feel like there's some great competition in Illinois, and it's just only going to get better. They have like Brady Pettigrew and Cole Kelly. They about to be juniors, and they had like three-star, 4-stars. It's only going to get better.
All right.
Take me back to the beginning. What's your story, and how did basketball become serious for you?
Yeah, so growing up, I used to play basketball and football. My dad played football in college and then went on to play pro. But I stopped playing football and picked up a basketball because of my sister, Olivia Demosthenes. She played 4 years at Olivet Nazarene, was an 1,000-point scorer there, led them to a tournament championship. And I just wanted to be like her a little bit, and I picked up a basketball. So growing up in Illinois, playing basketball, I played AAU, and I played all through high school. I played at Normal West High School. And that was a great experience. And I think that led me all the way out to Arizona.
Was there a moment where you realized I can do this on a high level?
I would say back then, so about 4 years ago when I was a senior in high school, I was really good at defense. I'd say that was my strength, my top strength, was definitely defense. And I could finish around the rim. But I don't think my IQ was fully there yet at that time. Now, fast forwarding to now, I feel like my IQ has switched from a playing perspective to a coaching perspective, which I think has helped me in what I do now.
What's something you went through that people don't see behind the scenes as far as like graduate assistant?
Yeah, so, first off, I'll say, I have a lot of respect for all the managers and graduate assistants out there around the country. I understand how much hard work they put in, and everyone else that has them knows how much hard work they put in. So I would say starting out my career in basketball, in college basketball, was under Coach Miller, who's at ASU now, but I was a practice player and a manager for GCU's women's team back in 2022. That consisted of a lot of practice playing against the women's team, scout team, rebounding, whatever the case may be, waters, towels, whatever. And then transition to the men 23-24 season, or 22-23 season. And it kind of consisted of the same stuff, rebounding, in practice, in drills, taking guys to appointments, whatever the case may be, right? So as a manager and a graduate assistant, you have to be really available and really flexible and be a servant leader. I think that's the most important thing. If you can understand how to be a servant leader and serve others before yourself, it shows that you have humility, and it shows how much you care, which helps you along the way.
Was coaching always a part of your plan, or did the opportunity just come unexpectedly?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I really prayed about it my senior year. I had a few looks out of high school, like I said, and I prayed on it and I journaled about it and prayed on it some more. And I decided, playing wasn't for me, and I wanted to, like I said, be a servant leader to others, and that led me all the way to GCU, where I started that my freshman year of college.
How did playing experience prepare you for this role, as far as graduate assistant?
Yeah. Definitely playing opens your mind. I will say, still being on scout team and practicing with the men's team for the past 3 years, I feel like it's helped my IQ in basketball tremendously, because you're out on the court. There's no, other than being on the court, because you're seeing everything you're trying to teach, and you're seeing the reads that the players may see that they need help with. That's different when you're on the sidelines. When you're in the lines, you're seeing the game. So I think that's the best experience.
How has your view of the game changed that you're on the coaching side?
My view of the game, how has it changed? I would definitely say my IQ, like I said. My view of the game changed, in pushing our guys harder, and understanding when, guys are more tired and they're needing, to be pushed more. You can kind of feel that being on the sides. As a player, sometimes you don't want to be coached, sometimes you do. In doing best what's for the team and for the players. I think that's changed for me in helping our team succeed in that area.
What's the biggest adjustment from thinking like a player to thinking like a coach?
Yeah. You get both sides of the ball, right? From having the ball in your hand to not. I feel like you can take a step back and, appreciate the game. Because when the ball stops bouncing, you miss it tremendously. But that only encourages you to, push the guys that you're able to coach and, build relationships along the way with.
How do you build trust with players, especially being close to their age?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I feel like I do a pretty good job balancing that relationship, and keeping some things that the players say to myself and keeping some things that the coaches say to themselves. If you can find that healthy balance of what to share, especially being close in age, some guys feel like they may be able to tell you everything, and some guys, may not. And some coaches feel like they can tell me a lot of things, and some, feel like they don't, just off of being close in age, and being a graduate assistant. Like I said, balancing, what's shared, in the best help for the team and what's going to make the team succeed is the best.
What is it like being a part of the Grand K University basketball program?
Yeah, it's been the biggest blessing God's given me. Having that brotherhood that we have. I've been here with Coach Miller the first year, and then under Coach Drew for the last 3 years. It's been the biggest blessing. Having that brotherhood and that culture is irreplaceable. Seeing those guys for 10 to 12 hours a day, being in the office, everything, 10 to 12 hours a day, being in the office, showing up early, working the guys out, practice, meal, seeing them in the weight room, it's no words can really describe it.
Yeah, like I say, Coach Miller and Coach Drew, they're very phenomenal coaches, and I respect what they do. How has GCU helped you grow as a player and a person?
Yeah. So I'll start with a person. Being under Coach Drew has changed my life, and our staff, has changed my life. I've grown closer to God. I've spent more time in the Word, and that's helped me, become the man who I am today. Obviously, I'm not perfect, but it's definitely helped my perspective in my day-to-day decision making on what's best for myself and what's best, to bring to the table for the program. So being in that program, has helped me as a person, because that's not like that at all places. Some places are good, some places, have a little rough spot. But our program is built on a solid foundation. That's helped me grow, and they set a good foundation for me to learn from them and continue to grow in what I do, and how it's helped me in my role as a GA. It's put me in challenging positions, to where I've had to figure out some tough situations. But you succeed the best when you're put in those challenging situations, and you wouldn't grow as a person, as a human, if you weren't. So they blessed me with many opportunities to grow in that aspect of my life.
As you said before, you play under. I mean, you was under Coach Miller, and now you're under Coach Bryce Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how it was translating to men's basketball after you was with women's basketball.
Yeah, good question. My first year with Coach Miller was awesome. Hands down, great coach. Brings a lot of energy. Really nails down on her principles, and understands what she wants from her players and her team. And the coaching staff at the time did a great job of, setting that standard and that culture. That was my first year getting into basketball at the collegiate level. So it was a big learning year for me, I would say. And that helped me transition over to Coach Drew and his team with the men's. And it just allowed me to, be myself, which is very energetic, bring a lot of energy, work hard for the time that I'm up there. And then how I, represent myself and the team off the court, outside of off the campus, how you represent yourself is a big difference. So I think that's helped a lot.
You work with so many talented people. Do you have a favorite? From what? From the guys that I work out in the summer, or players from GCU? No, it just can be anybody, because I know you work out with a lot of kids. So it can be like, do you have a favorite or?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but there's someone who stands out. Dwayne Russell. He was a GCU alumni. Most people know him for his 45-point performance against Louisville at GCU. While Coach Pitino was coaching them at the time. He's one of my guys that comes back in the summer and trains with me. One of the hardest working guys, has great discipline for himself, a lovely wife and a lovely kid, and just, represents GCU well overseas. He's been playing pro for, I want to say 10 years, maybe. I'm not sure how long it is. I think it's 10, probably over 10. But just a lovely guy to be around. Hard worker, like I said. Him and his brother. He's got a brother, Duran Russell, too. Just hard workers.
Definitely shout out to Dwayne Russell. I heard that name before.
Yeah.
I think I've seen some highlights over time. He definitely a good player.
Yeah.
He does good. He's good at what he do.
Right.
Explain to me how it's like going March Madness for the first time.
Yeah. Unbelievable experience. I remember it was like it was yesterday. I've been twice now. My first year, it was unbelievable. I remember crying after we won the WAC, because it's just after you work so hard, from the early mornings, 5 a.m. workouts, driving to pick guys up and bring them back to shoot. At nighttime, just it all flashes right before your eyes. I remember all of it flashed when the confetti fell. And then, going to March Madness and representing GCU was amazing. Showcase what you've done all year on the biggest stage in college basketball was something I'll never forget. Both years, something I'll never forget. New experience each time. We won, one game my first year, and then came up short against Alabama, and then lost my second year against a really good Maryland team. Both unbelievable experiences, just to represent GCU and showcase what we're about. Those memories will last forever.
How was it like getting a win in March Madness also?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. When we saw that we got matched up with St. Mary's, we were really excited because we knew how good of a team they were, and where we can beat them at in personnel wise, and where we can attack them, and we executed the game plan really well and beat them. That night, I was roommates with Tyon, and I just remember going back to that room and celebrating and dancing, and a lot of people calling his phone and congratulating him, and just getting ready for Alabama. It was awesome because that was our first time that GCU's won in March Madness. So to be a part of that was awesome. Havocs were unbelievable. Lobe Nation was unbelievable. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a great feeling when you win in March Madness.
Right.
Because I know it's so hard to
Right.
either get. It's so hard to get there. So when you get a win, I know that felt great.
Right.
What does a typical day like you for a GA during the season?
Yeah. So every GA might be different. Tailored to what they kind of specialize in. I'd say mine is definitely player development and working guys out. So I take pride in, getting the guys in before practice and after practice. I try to get 3 or 4 guys in before practice. So I'll wake up around, 4:35, eat breakfast, head up to the gym, start first workouts around 6:30, 7, depending on who it is. And then go till about 8:30, 9. Because we usually have practice about 10:15, and then if we're in the season, I'll get film ready. I'll get the organizer ready that the coaches have prepared, and then I'll put everything together for a scout, and then we'll either have film or we'll have scout walkthrough. So this year I was on scouts too, so I would either be in scout learning whoever we're playing, or getting the film ready, or sometimes both. And then we'd practice, and there would be some downtime after practice, where I'd get practice on, the hard drives for the coaches to see it, shower up, get freshened up, and then take some time, get organized with the stuff that we have, and then a couple more workouts at night, and then head home. So pretty long days in the season, especially, and then when we get to the game times, it kind of just flows right away. So it goes by quick, really quick.
What's something behind the scenes that will surprise people about college basketball?
Yeah, so a lot of preparation. Some people think they just go out there and roll the ball and just go play, but that's not the case. There's a lot of prep, a lot of scout, a lot of game planning, strategizing against certain teams because everyone plays differently. So trying to use what we do the best and attack, the other team's weaknesses. And if an opponent's really good at something, how we can counter that. So a lot of strategic plays that, teams do to, try to beat other teams. So you prep all week for that and then go showcase it. And especially if you have 2 games, you really got to lock in and focus, because the team you might play on Wednesday, might play totally different than the team you'll play on Saturday, right? So being able to flip your mind from one game to another throughout the season is very, very tricky.
How do you balance being relatable to players but still maintaining authority as a coach?
Yeah, so definitely having a strong foundation, um, and standing on what the coaches believe in, and um, you know, passing that word on when they're not there, is definitely big, um, because that's where some teams can lack. Like if this is the foundation that we have, but you want to play the nice guy sometimes, and let the players do what they want to do sometimes. I don't think that's the right way. When they're not there, the standard, the foundation should still be kept. Um, and that's how you should go about it.
How important is the chemistry not just between the players but within the coaching staff?
Yeah. Chemistry is huge with the players and coaching staff. Same with the players, how they're with each other all 24/7. The coaches are with each other 25/8. They're with each other all the time. Meetings, scouting, prepping, everything. They're with each other 24/7 up in the office. So having a good relationship with them, means a lot. To have that trust, and that good relationship with them goes a long way. You can be held accountable with assignments they give you, and to have them done on time, builds that trust, like I said. And it just helps the morale of everyone up there, because it can get pretty tense up there, especially with close games or after a tough loss, but trusting each other and buying in, goes a long way.
What's been your biggest improvement since joining GCU?
Yeah, biggest improvement I'd say is humility, like I talked about at the start. Just serving others before myself has been the biggest. Just showing up every day, trying to make the guys better. That's the reason we're there. That's the reason we support them, and you want to be a coach, is to have those good relationships and help them build good habits off the court. How they do things day-to-day life, just try to be a good model of that. I know we're the same age, but trying to have good discipline and have a good relationship with friends and family, and just how I go about things in my day-to-day life has definitely been good for me while I've been at GCU.
What motivates you to keep pushing the players every day?
Yeah, championships. I mean, you nailed it. That feeling of getting to March Madness and winning a conference championship, there's nothing better than that. Obviously, building relationships and having those brothers for life is right there with it, right there with championships. You show up every day because you want to see those 15, 16 players. That's why you do it. Just to see those guys fulfill those dreams and help them be a part of it is the biggest thing.
Do you ever get nervous working with high names and professionals? Because I know you work with the Suns, some of the Suns players. You work with some overseas people, G League people. Just tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so I started training, a lot of pros about 2 years ago, and that kind of got big for me in the summers. Yeah, I'd say I definitely was a little, nervous and didn't want to mess up my first year. And, like I said, Dwayne, he's been there with me, him and his brother, from the start. And they've kind of trusted me through that avenue. And, they'd help in the workouts too sometimes and tell me, what's good and what's not. And I feel like that's helped me to where I am today. And, this goes for anything in life. The more you prepare for something, the more confident you are and the more success you have doing it. And, I have weeks where if I have workouts, I'll prep the week before and figure out what I want to do with the player and, what they probably need to work on. And if this is a pro guy, what they need to work on. But if it's someone at GCU, whatever their role is within our offense, I'd work on. But with our pros, whatever they want to work on and what they think they need to get better at over the summer, and then just kind of hammer down on that and just, work hard at it. So not nervous anymore, I wouldn't say, just, wanting to get as much stuff in as we can, because they only have about, 2 months, 3 months.
Who's on the team has the most energy in practice?
This past year, I'd definitely say Nana. I mean, Nana brings so much energy every single day, after a win, after a loss, on the road, whether it's the first practice of the year when everyone's got a lot of energy, or, we're mid-February and we're, without a week break, because we're on the road or whatnot. But he definitely brings energy every single day and wants to make everyone around him better.
Yeah, I like Nana game too. He's he can put the ball on the floor, he can shoot it,
For sure.
And he can rebound also.
For sure.
Where do you see your basketball career going after GCU? Have you thought about it, or are you just taking it day by day?
Yeah, no, good question. In this business, there's a lot of change. It happens every year, good or bad. But I think the biggest thing, and I've had good mentors around me, Jordan McCabe, he's one of our assistant coaches, been a big mentor for me. He reads a lot of books, and he's really smart. And I like to pick his brain on that a little bit. And I picked up a book called Master of Change, really good book. Just kind of, being where you are in your feet, taking it one day at a time. Whatever the next day presents itself, God's going to handle the rest. He already has our future planned out for us. So not being, anxious in it, just, working hard day by day, and then wherever he takes us, so.
What's one thing you want people to remember about your work ethic?
Oh yeah, that I'm going to show up every single day and give my 110% effort, and I'm going to have the most energy in the gym. I've tried to do that for the past 4 years. And most people will say I do that. Just a grinder, be more. Brian Moore, one of our senior guards this past year, he used to call me Mr. 4 a.m. because I used to work out Marquise Noel every 4 in the morning. So, just like I said, setting an example of just, the work's got to work, and when you put in the amount of work that you put in, it's going to show. Basketball rewards the people that work. And it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Like if you work, it's going to show. If you don't work, it's going to show, right? So just showing that I work every day, and that I'm going to be there every day. I can be accountable, and that people can trust me, and I'm going to give my 110% effort and energy every single day.
Yeah, I can agree with you with that. You are definitely a hard worker. And
Thank you.
I've been knowing you since freshman year. You just you perfected your craft, and you work really hard.
I appreciate it.
What level of basketball do you ultimately want to coach at, or it doesn't matter?
I like college right now. Obviously working with some NBA guys, the travel's a lot different. You're on the road, probably 40 games. You get to see the best of the best, right? The best basketball in the world. Some of that's in the NBA. So, that would be fun. But right now, just taking it day by day, I really love college. I like learning in college. I like the style of play in college. So, yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you learned so far in your coaching journey?
Yeah, it's a grind. Everyone can say that. There's, people like to use the term, or the phrase, we sleep in May. Because you're recruiting, and then you're going hard the whole season, and then once that's done, you're right back to recruiting. So it's really a grind. You don't work 5 days a week. It's 7 days a week. On the phone a lot. That's something that has progressively grown for me, as I've been on my phone a lot more. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest.
Who's the funniest guy on the team?
This past year, the funniest guy. They're all funny in their own ways. Um, I'd probably say Caleb Shaw and Caleb Smith. They're both pretty funny. But I'd probably have to go with Dusty. He's funny. We got a pretty good relationship. He's a funny guy.
What's the locker room look like after a big game? Because I know y'all have multiple big games this year, and I
Yeah,
saw on social media y'all be turned up.
yeah. We're definitely turned after games. Um, our big games that we've won: Utah State at home, um, San Diego State on the road. Two great teams. Um, yeah, we definitely bring that speaker out and play Chief Keef. um, and definitely turn up. Everyone's dancing, everyone's cheering. Because it's fun. When you work so hard towards a game and you come out on top. There's no better feeling, celebrating it.
For sure. What's the biggest mistake young players make when trying to get to the next level?
Yeah. So I'd say the biggest mistake is just thinking it's all about points, right? Um, you know, Everyone's trying to go out and score, 30 points, and they think that's going to take them to the next level. But, you know, in basketball, being able to do the little stuff, and everyone says it, I'm not the first one to say this, nor will I take credit, but, you know, doing the things that aren't on the stat sheet, right? Hustling for loose balls, getting those rebounds, talking to your teammates, bringing them together, just having that good leadership, and doing your role, whatever that is, will definitely get you to the next level, because those are the things that, coaches and spectators notice, are those little things that people do on the court that have the bigger impact.
Right. Yep. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Yeah. One piece of advice, I would say, I worked hard, but I say I could have worked harder. Whether, if you can dribble or if you can't shoot, you got to work on it. I wasn't the best shooter, and I definitely didn't spend enough time in the gym. So, work hard at the things that you're not the best at, right? And continue to work hard at what you're already good at.
When it's all said and done, what impact do you want to have on the players as a coach?
Yeah. Like I said, just, um, everything off the court, how you go about your day-to-day life, just trying to be a role model in that area, especially at this age. I'm the same age as our players, and some are older. But just, how I carry myself off the court, just being responsible, having good leadership. I think those are things that I want to be remembered, by, and just the work ethic.
Appreciate your time. From the court
Yeah.
to the sidelines, Isaac Deemo continues to shape the game in ways that go far beyond the box score, proving that impact isn't about playing, it's about leadership, knowledge, and growth in his journey. Continues. Thanks for tuning in on the Beyond the Buzzer.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.